Blackpink is the revolution.
Hey boy.
Blackpink in your area. So.
Welcome to the 9th episode of the Worst Entertainment Companies. If you are new to my channel, I try and shed a light on the poor management and treatment idols are subjected to by their companies through this series. And I personally believe that it is important for us as fans of K-pop to be aware that the industry is nowhere near perfect and to keep the conversation going on these issues. In this episode, I'm going to talk about J.Tune Camp. They are infamous for making empty promises to both their groups and its fans. Unfortunately, J.Tune Camp is a fairly unknown and small company with limited resources, and their questionable and ambitious business decisions would eventually become their downfall. J.Tune Entertainment was founded in 2009 by singer-songwriter Rain, who had previously left his company, JYP Entertainment, to fulfill his ambition of creating his own entertainment company. The company then founded their subsidiary label named J.Tune Camp. MBLAQ, short for Music Boys Live Absolute Quality, debuted on October 14th of 2009, releasing their first single album titled Just Black. And they promoted their title track, Oh Yeah, the next day on M Countdown. MBLAQ's debut was met with praise by the general public, and their single Oh Yeah ended up topping several Korean charts at the time. Later in December of that year, the group started promoting their follow-up title track titled Good Love. On May 17th of 2010, MBLAQ released their second mini-album and started the promotion for its title track named Why, which was written, produced, and choreographed by their CEO Rain. 1 month later, the group received their first ever music show win for Why on M Countdown and were voted the best rookie group of 2010 through the Korean music site Bugs. MBLAQ's rapid rise to fame is the exact publicity boost J.Tune Camp needed, but that alone wasn't enough to keep the company afloat. J.Tune Entertainment ended up merging together with JYP Entertainment on December 30th. But J.Tune Camp assured fans that MBLAQ was not considered a part of JYP Entertainment, even though they might have been better off if they were. Cry, the title track of MBLAQ's first studio album, was released on January 3rd of 2011. The music video for Cry gained 50,000 views in 1 week, which seems almost underwhelming nowadays, but that was a major accomplishment for a K-pop group coming from such a small entertainment company back then. Their first studio album, Black Style, was released on January 10th of 2011, selling more than 25,000 copies at the day of its release. The music video for the title track Stay gained 400,000 views in 1 week, and in February, MBLAQ were named the Artist of the Month by MTV. The success following the release of their first studio album led J.Tune to release a repackaging of the album titled Black Style 3D. The album peaked at number 1 on the Hanteo chart right at its release. J.Tune wanted to expand MBLAQ's reach, and so they announced that MBLAQ signed with Sony Music Japan. And the group released their Japanese album titled Your Love on May 4th of 2011. The album ended up ranking first for 4 consecutive weeks on the Reiko Choku chart. The album also ranked second on the Oricon Weekly chart and ended up selling 40,000 copies. On top of that, MBLAQ reportedly had 11,000 fans attend their first ever Japanese concert. To say that their Japanese debut was a success is definitely an understatement. On July 15th of that year, MBLAQ released their second mini-album titled Mona Lisa, and it almost immediately peaked at number 1 at both the Hanteo real-time daily and weekly chart. JTC stated that more than 30,000 fans had pre-ordered the album, but that international fans were requesting more copies, showing how successful the group truly was at the time. They then released Baby You, their second Japanese single album, which again did really well, with the song eventually peaking at number 2 at the Oricon Weekly chart and selling 45,624 copies in its first week. MBLAQ returned with This Is War in January of 2012, with their music video reaching 1 million views within a week and their album selling over 40,000 copies. The title track also won at M Countdown for 2 consecutive weeks. MBLAQ's success stayed pretty consistent when they promoted Smoky Girl in 2013 and Broken in 2014, and it almost seemed that they had reached a point of unstoppable success. On June 13th of 2014, MBLAQ was set to perform in Peru with an estimated 9,000 fans attending the concert. But strangely enough, JTC cancelled the concert the same day the concert was supposed to take place, and they never issued an apology to the fans or announced that they would reschedule. MBLAQ member Gio tweeted, "There is nothing we can do. I am so angry that I can't express myself in any way. Who will know what happened here? Why are we here for a concert that isn't prepared for? For what reason? This is the most embarrassed I've been as a singer." In October of 2014, fans started to suspect that members J.Tune and Thunder would be leaving the group after their contracts with J.Tune expired. The company denied these rumors and stated that they were still negotiating a possible contract extension with both members. But unfortunately, both members desired to focus on individual activities, and so it was announced on December 16th that both members would be leaving the group. The 3 remaining members released Mirror in June of 2015, and MBLAQ would go on an indefinite hiatus the next year because of Gio's enlistment. All this time, J.Tune Camp had kept up their pristine image as the company that had offered MBLAQ loads of opportunities and helped them rise to fame. But their perfect image would see its first cracks when MBLAQ member Seungho called the police in September of 2015 to report that a JTC employee had assaulted him. Seungho claimed that he was struck with a glass cup, causing his ear to bleed. When police arrived at the scene, Seungho admitted that he had been slapped across the face and not been struck with a glass cup. The employee thought that Seungho was behaving inappropriately and resorted to physical violence to correct his behavior. I do have to mention that both men were probably intoxicated since they were out drinking late at night, not that that excuses the employee's behavior. While Seungho was shocked by the incident, he still refused to press charges against the employee. JTC later posted a statement clarifying that the employee was no longer working for their company and that it was simply a misunderstanding. Seungho also spoke out in defense of his company, saying that the JTC staff members were the first to help him and they were the ones that made a big deal out of the situation and actually wanted to protect him. But J.Tune Camp's image really started falling apart when a netizen found MBLAQ's music show trophies at a flea market in October of 2016, worrying fans that something had gone horribly wrong between the agency and MBLAQ. J.Tune responded by saying that they would investigate the situation and that they had no idea how the trophies got there. They then apologized for the mishap and explained that the trophies were misplaced when they were moving it from their building to a warehouse. But that still doesn't fully explain how their trophies ended up at a flea market. During this time, it was announced that MBLAQ's junior group MadTown would be transferred to a different company, leaving fans to feel worried for MBLAQ's future. MBLAQ member Gio, who was now enlisted into the military, took it upon himself to offer his fans an actual explanation in regards to what was going on with the agency. He posted the following statement on Fan Cafe. JTC promised a total of 2 mini albums and a fan meeting. However, there was no album after Mirror. They selected fans to attend the fan meeting, but the actual fan meeting never took place. We complained about it to JTC every single day, but they didn't respond. I told JTC that I would hold a fan meeting and that I would be using my own money because I felt very guilty towards the fans and wanted to repay them in any way that I could. However, JTC did not let me, and time passed by without any progress. I felt puzzled by the fact that JTC had no power to release an album anymore and was not making any plans for it. I will let you all know that all three of us are not related to JTC in terms of contract. It is because JTC is gone. JTC removed MBLAQ from its website and online profiles without informing the members of MBLAQ or their fans. Through this statement, G.O. also expressed that he no longer desired to be a singer after being discharged from the military because he had been hurt too many times by his agency and he wasn't truly happy anymore. In 2014, JTC announced that they would be debuting a new boy group in the near future. Two of MadTown's future members, Moose and Buffy, were already known to the public as they had been promoting as the hip-hop duo Pro C. Prior to their debut as members of MadTown, Pro C had come under fire for allegedly insulting MBLAQ's fans during a fan event in 2014, which J.Tune camp supposedly apologized for. On October 9th, the group MadTown made their official debut with YOLO on M Countdown. Later that month, J.Tune camp offered MadTown the opportunity to star in their own reality show titled Mad TV. The episodes would be uploaded to JTC's YouTube channel with the aim of drawing in new fans. The group would release and promote New World on June 10th of 2015, and it wouldn't be until June of the next year that MadTown would return with Emptiness. And it's safe to say that MadTown did not live up to the success of their senior group MBLAQ, which would cause their company to suffer great financial damage. J.Tune camp had been generating much revenue over the past 3 years, with MBLAQ enlisting and having placed their bets on MadTown, who did not bring in the financial profit the company had hoped for and desperately needed at this point. JTC's finances were running out at a rapid pace. They no longer could afford to sustain two idol groups, and the company had to file for bankruptcy. Although they initially denied these claims, G.O. of MBLAQ later confirmed that JTC had terminated the contracts of the MBLAQ members and that the company did in fact shut down. J.Tune camp transferred the rights of their rookie group MadTown to GNI Entertainment in return for 300 million Korean won, and sadly enough, it would turn out that MadTown was off a lot worse at their new agency. It was barely 1 month after MadTown's transfer to GNI Entertainment that the CEO of GNI's parent company, GNI Group, was arrested for fraud. And not even a month later, the CEO of GNI Entertainment itself would also be arrested for fraud, resulting in the company being shut down as well. And MadTown at this point was still tied to an exclusive contract with GNI Entertainment despite the company having shut down, meaning that GNI could still limit their moves as a group. So MadTown filed a lawsuit on August 21st of 2017 to terminate their contracts with the company. According to MadTown's contract with GNI, it's the company's duty to manage the planning and scheduling of MadTown's promotional activities and to financially support the group, which GNI hadn't been fulfilling its duties as an entertainment company, resulting in the members of MadTown being evicted from their dorm room, and the group hadn't been paid since March. This contract also stated that a third party could not interfere with their entertainment activities, and more importantly, that the rights to their contract could not be transferred to a third party without MadTown's signed consent, meaning that J.Tune camp had previously violated MadTown's contract when transferring the rights of the group to GNI Entertainment, giving the Seoul Central District Court a valid reason to terminate their contracts. On November 8th of 2017, it was announced that the Seoul Central District Court had ruled in MadTown's favor, and GNI Entertainment could now no longer interfere with or place restrictions on MadTown's promotional or individual activities. Their exclusive contract with GNI Entertainment would be terminated later on, also resulting in MadTown's disbandment. MadTown members Lee-Kun and Taewon auditioned for the idol rebooting project, The Unit, in hopes of getting another chance at making their debut. And during the audition, both of the members talked about how GNI scandal affected the group.
우리가 모두가 이제 올스탑이 된 상태가 돼버려서
아무도 지원을 못 받는 상황까지 와가지고 연습실도 보시다시피 아직 없고 차도 없고 매니저분도 안 계시고.
지금 그럼 어디서 어떻게 지내고 계세요?
친한 형님이 사무실이 있는데 사무실을 아직 안 쓰신다 하셔서 거기에 제가 살짝 머무르고 있습니다.
Fellow former MadTown members Hong Chae-ho spoke out about the hardships of being an idol during his live stream, explaining that most idols don't have a single penny to their name due to the huge debts idol groups are in. Especially if the group is fairly unknown, they oftentimes won't be able to repay their debts because they rarely get the opportunity to partake in activities that are actually profitable, and their albums don't sell as well in comparison to more popular groups, and any profit that they do make will automatically be used to pay off their debt. Meaning that a lot of former idols leave their agencies without having made any money at all. 3 of the MadTown members went on to re-sign with different companies and are now focusing on their own individual activities. J.Tune camp single-handedly managed to demolish the careers of both of their groups, and while they may have been faced with financial issues, they have also shown a lack of support and commitment to their artists. They couldn't even bother to inform MBLAQ that their contracts had been terminated or to ask MadTown for their signed consent to transfer them to a different company. Treating both of their idol groups as products rather than as artists, signing them away only to benefit themselves and not even considering how this affects their artists. I do understand that a company's main priority is to generate revenue, but these actions are inconsiderate and outright inhumane and cannot be excused by any type of issues they faced as a company. And that is why J.Tune Camp is one of the worst entertainment companies. And that concludes my video on J.Tune Camp. I tried my best to research the company to the best of my ability, but I do have to admit that I found it difficult, especially because J.Tune Camp is, or was, one of the smaller entertainment companies. So I do apologize if I misrepresented some of the information, so please feel free to correct me politely though, and be sure to leave any additional information in the comments because that is very helpful to me or anyone else who stumbles upon this video that is willing to educate themselves on this topic. That is all I have to say for now, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you all very much and I will talk to you very soon. Bye guys!
It's a letter from me to you. It goes a little something like la 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 la.